No problem. So that's it. Sarah, can you present yourself, please?
Yeah, sure. My name is Sarah. I live in the state of Bahia. I'm a student. I've graduated in administration, and right now I'm studying English. And I saw TNT page on LinkedIn. Philippe, I can say his name in the Brazilian way, right? So he was talking about this project, and uh, I thought really interesting to learn to be able to speak with people, with new people. So that's why I'm here. I really like to speak and try to share something with possible new friends. I hope new friends. So nice to meet you all.
Thank you. Chris, can you present yourself?
Hello, I'm Cristiane. I live in Praia Grande with my husband and my daughter. I'm a Portuguese teacher for foreign, so I really need to speak English or understand English to have a better communication with my students. And also I love learning language, so it's nice to be here.
Do you, Elizabeth?
So my name is Elizabeth. I live in Belo Horizonte, Minas Gerais. I live with my parents and a little sister. I'm a graduate student. So it's my first time, and I willing to speak more English because I can listen very well, understanding okay, but my speaking is baby steps. So thank you for the opportunity.
No problem. That's the hardest part, speaking, because we have to be active. You are not passive in the conversation. So here is the right place for you. You're gonna talk a lot, I hope. Okay, Anna, and you?
Hey guys, good morning. My name is Ana Laura. I live in Cruzeiro, São Paulo, alone. I'm not in my parents' house because I moved. I'm not from here, but I moved for him because of my work. I work as a lab analyst in a dairy industry, and I'm attending here on TNT meetings since May of 2021, and now I started to learn how to be a host, and I'm willing to be a host here, just like Artemis. That's it.
Not just like me, because I made a lot of mistakes today. Sorry. Sometimes it happens. I don't know what happened. My computer, I don't know why. It's an old computer I found on the trash, Okay, I found it in the bin. So that's why, maybe. And yeah. I am Thomas. I'm 36 years old. I'm from Minas as well. I'm from Caxambu, Soho, Minas. And I'm a dietitian. I'm an artist. I'm a singer and a textile artist. And I live in England, and that's it. Anna, it's up to you.
Sure. So let's go. You guys are seeing the questions on the chat? Just checking it. Yes? All of you?
No, I don't see it.
Okay, let me see here. I will copy. Oh my God. Now you see it, Elizabeth? Artemis paste as well. You're seeing it? Okay. Yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So let's go. Sarah, could you read for us the second question and then answer it,
Okay.
please?
Have you ever experienced culture shock? I've never been abroad, but I can say I've been to Rio Grande do Sul, and it was a little different for me because I live in Bahia, and people are willing to talk way more. We are more passionate about things, but it wasn't really a problem for me because I have some relatives there, so I could be with them. But as for people who are from Rio Grande do Sul, it was a little difficult because it was they. I wouldn't say they're cold, but it's different because I was curious to know them better, and they didn't ask a lot of questions about me and my family. And here in Bahia, we are used to that, but it was a really nice trip anyway because I could know so much more about their culture, you know.
That's awesome. Thank you. And what about you, Chris? Did you have experience?
Yeah, I lived in Argentina for 11 years, and I remember the first months was very difficult to understand the way they are very direct in the way they speak. So sometimes I thought, oh, they are rude, but after a while, right now I prefer the way they are than the Brazilians way. I think it's much better because we don't have confusion, you know. It's like, I like or I don't like. It's that. Do you want to go to a party? No, I don't. I don't. And here it's like, oh, maybe. So I really prefer this. Another thing it's very funny is because they speak a lot. I don't remember this word in English. Bad words, palavrões. I don't know how to say. And for me was in the women and the men. And for me was a little wow, so much. But I think it's okay. It's just in the first months. So.
And you, Elizabeth?
I was thinking, and since I was a little kid, I was always moving school after school because my parents work. So every year is a different culture shock. New friends every year, and a new place to move, new cities, big cities, and is overwhelming. So every year for me is a culture shock.
Okay, got it. And what about you, Artemis? I think you have experience, definitely.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about England later, but now because Chris reminded me something about Portuguese people. I think they are rude because I'm still Brazilian, too much Brazilian. Because like you, and they are very direct as well when they say straight away the thing they are saying. Once I had a friend here, he's from Portugal, and he said, I asked him, do you know if this bus stopped in this bus stop? He said, yes, I know. What? Because I asked him if he knew it. I didn't ask if the bus stopped there. So that's the way Brazilian people talk. You know, we say, yeah, it is or it isn't. But they say, yes, I know. That's they answer your question, but in a way I really don't like. And sometimes they say things like very, oh, we were working together and said, he gave some clothes to hang and said, where I put it, he said, go and find. like, it's like, but it's not rude for them. It's just, it's very, so yeah. I'm still experiencing cultural shock because England is a multicultural place, country, so it is very interesting deal with this daily. Yeah, that's it.
So just like Sarah, I didn't have an experience abroad, but I have some contact with some cousins that live in Rio Grande do Sul as well, and it was funny because there are so many different words that they use. It's just like sometimes it seems like a different language. They didn't speak Portuguese sometimes, it seems. But I remember reading about a guy that I follow on Instagram. He's a blogger and he was American and he is American and he lived for a while in Russia, in St. Petersburg. And I remember it was funny when he was talking about some dating that he had with a Russian girl, and she was straight to the point, just like this Portuguese friend of yours, Artemis. And she said, "Oh, what you just said is so stupid. I'm leaving." and let him on the cafe. And it was funny. I just remembered. But let's move on to the third question. And Elizabeth, could you read for us out loud the third question and then answer it? And after that, you can choose someone to answer it, please, after you.
So, what are signs of homesickness? How do you deal with homesickness? So, for me, it's when you're in your bedroom alone in the night and you start thinking, oh, my cat, my mom, my dad. And that feels so, oh, I don't remember the words. But for me, it's that times when you are alone and you don't know how to deal with that emotions that come to you. And now, Sarah, can go?
Yeah, of course. I guess homesickness is when you feel like you've done everything you or at least what you wanted to do at that place. Like you've been to museums, you went to parks, and you're just okay. I'm happy with this, with what I have done, and you feel like, yeah, I I agree with Elizabeth when you start to think about your parents, because when you're having fun and you are at place all the time, you just don't think about home. But when you start to think about too much, it's because you feel homesickness. And with technology, it's easier to deal with that because you can FaceTime or use WhatsApp or whatever and be in touch with people, but it's not the same thing. So occasionally you have to go back home, you know. So Chris, you can talk next.
Yeah, I agree. I think, I don't know, for me, it's when everything is bad, you know, even the good things. I remember sometimes I did the same things I used to do every day, but in that moment it was, I don't know, everything was terrible. And I was so angry and nervous, I don't know, something like that. But I think it's very interesting because now I'm back in Brazil, and I love Brazil, I love Argentina, and sometimes I'm homesickness from Argentina. So it's very strange because I'm from Brazil, but sometimes I miss so much, so much. And I feel the same feeling I felt when I lived there. So I think it's normal. Maybe Atamis can feel the same thing sometimes. How about you, Atamis?
For me, my homesickness, it's I would say something. I started to attend the TNT meetings because I was homesickness. I was like, because my goal wasn't improving my English here. It was talk to Brazilian people, because I was feeling nobody understands me. I can't share the things I want in the way I'm used to. So I was lonely, you know. That's why. And yeah, of course I'm improving my English. Of course I'm learning many things, but the reason is being in a meeting with Brazilians. That's why I'm coming in, and now I'm a hostess, because I was I needed. That's why. And it was pandemic, and then everything was worse. But anyway, and yeah, when I feel like I'm lonely, my life is perfect, but something's missing. Something. I miss the sun. I miss I miss the noises of my city. Because here is very quiet, and I miss dogs barking. And chasing motorcycle. I miss this kind of things, you know. That's just only in Brazil I saw. So maybe, yeah, that's when I feel lonely. That's how I deal. I come to TNT and I talk to my family and friends, but yeah, it's hard sometimes. And you wanna?
So I think definitely the signs would be the feeling of loneliness, just like Athamis were saying. I was reading a text that he divided in some phases when you go live abroad. And the first phase was the honeymoon. The honeymoon, you feel excited to know the new things. But the second one is the nightmare. When you idealize your past life, your life in the other country, and just like Chris was saying, start to think, oh, everything is wrong here. I don't fit in. I don't like here. I want to come back. And maybe that is the phase that you feel homesickness, right? You feel lonely, and you think that you will not get there. You don't fit in.
Just to add something else. I have a friend. He's from Chile, and he lives in Brazil like for almost 40 years. And he said something to me, and I agree with him now. Once you are an immigrant, you'll be an immigrant forever, even in your country. You'll be a stranger because the world changes. So I don't want that. But I feel that.
Yeah, it's a transforming experience, right? You will not come back as the same. Yeah. So how do you do? I felt homesickness when I came here to Cruzeiro in August. And yeah, I use the tools that I think Sarah mentioned. It's FaceTime, call, try to stay in touch with my friends and family to not feel that lonely, right? Chris, could you read for us the fourth question, the answer?
How do you know someone or a group of people is foreigners? Oh, interesting. I think I think in the first moment, it's the physical aspect, no, because are different. but also the clothes, the way they speak. For example, we speak a little loud, and I think we speak a lot with the body too. And I can see my students, for example, they always are more reserved. I don't know how to say this, reservados, in the way they speak too. And it's so easy to see, and oh, no, I think it's not a Brazilian person. But I think in the first moment, it's physical, it's that. How about you, Elizabeth?
So for me, Brazilians are all over the world. Everyone is so different here. Do you see a people and why? I don't. My friend is have a Asian feature, and so the first time I talked to him, where are you from? I'm from Brazil. Okay. So for me, it's just more the way they, como é que fala? Comportamento é
Behavior, right?
so the way they behavior is different. You see, they I the words don't come, but for me, it's just the feeling and the way they see and interact with the Brazilians.
Awesome, thank you. And you, Sarah, what do you think?
It's the khaki shorts for me. You know, these brown shorts, because in my city we receive tourists with ships, like cruiser ships, I guess it's the name, and they are dressed in the really particular way, like they are with books, and their expressions, they seem kind of lost. So this helps, besides of the appearance, because it can be really different. But as Elizabeth said, it's, you can think somehow it's too white to be Brazilian, but they can be, because of the parents or the heritage. So it's more about the expressions, the way they express themselves for me. So it's about that, and it's really nice to have this kind of experience here where I live, because you can help the tourists sometimes. So it's interesting, I would say. And how about you, Athamis? Athamis, I don't know.
Atamis. People here say Assamese. Assamese. What, who is that? It's not me. It's not me. Okay. I think it's more than appearance, because it's the attitude they have. Like English is a multicultural place, as I said, and many people from Europe, like from Poland, Denmark, anywhere, everywhere actually, and they are all white. But you see the attitude. You see how they walk, how they are close together. Like if they walk looking eye to eye, or if they are talking. You don't need to hear they talking to understand an accent or something like that. But the attitude, just to see, like you can see the behavior, you can see the attitude. And the Brazilians, we are amazing. I see, not me, but my husband at the first said, I saw a group of Brazilians. I said, why? Because they were riding motorcycles. And nobody here ride motorcycles. It's not very common because it rains a lot, but Brazilians, yeah, we love motorcycles. And yeah, when I saw they work as a delivery people, no? delivery, and they are always with motorcycle. People here use more bicycles, not motorcycles, but not the Brazilians. No, Brazilians doesn't vroom, vroom, vroom. You know, it is the delivery man is Brazilian. So it's the attitude, you know, and the way the gestures, the appearance as well, but not. And something interesting Elizabeth said, it's about the features. Here in England, it's rude when you ask someone, where are you from? You have to ask, are you from here or the place you are? For example, London. Are you from London? Because maybe they are English, but they have a Asian background, a Brazilian background. So you don't say where are you from, because rude. Like, I am assuming you are not from here. So we always ask you. That's I learned. That's what shocked me. I said, okay, I'm sorry. I meant I didn't mean to be rude. So yeah. And you, Anna?
Oh, yeah, I would say just like Artemis, the behavior, right? The attitude, just like Sarah, when I saw some foreigners in São Paulo, they seemed kind of lost with a lot of cameras as well, photographing everything. And yeah, the language, they started to talk in English. And I think, but the attitude, and because here in Brazil, you can assume just because he's a white guy with blue eyes, we are so mixed here. Maybe the guy could be Brazilian as well. And let me see, Atamis, could you read for us the fifth question, then answer it, please?
Yeah. How does learning a new language help to understand a different culture, in your opinion? Elizabeth.
So I'm learning Japanese right now. I'm the begin. So for me, it's when you're how do you say? When you are learning the language, so for the Japanese people, the formalities are very, very, very. Esqueci a palavra, gente. It's an aspect of culture very strong here. So in the process of learning language, this is very, very, very. So for me, it's every time you learn a new word, a new phrase structure, you start to pick that little details that are in the culture. So for me, every day is a new learning, and I love the como é que fala? Dica?
Tip.
The tip on attempts for question, where are you from? Então, are you from Brazil or from London? Thank you, attempts.
Awesome. I didn't know as well. Thank you, Artemis. And you, Sarah?
Well, I guess learning languages is a door, so it's the first step so you can communicate with people from everywhere. So it's like you have this idea of people, and when you start to talk with them, you can find out if some stereotypes are true or not. Like I was talking with a Canadian, and he was not you learn about them, but they learn about you. He was this he had this impression that Brazilian girls are in a certain kind of way, like about their bodies and dancing habits, because or if you are Brazilian, you should be, I don't know, not only Brazilian but Latina as well. You are sexy in a natural way, or I don't know. It can be a really rude to think, just assume that someone is a certain way just because of where they come from. So I think when you learn languages, you have the opportunity to talk with people and learn about what they like, what they don't like, and how they to understand better the behavior, like you see in the movies, like the French people are rude, they are short, like sharp. They just say whatever they want to say. But I don't know, you can meet someone from France who are totally different, so you have to take the chance and try something new, you know. What do you think about that, Chris?
Yeah, I agree with you, Sarah. I think, I don't know, it's impossible for me learn a language and don't know about the culture, because the language it's expression, no? So it's possible to know more about the country where people speak this language and this kind of things. Of course, we have Spanish and English that different countries speak the language, so it will be a difference now between the countries too. But I think if you are really interested about the language, you will start pay attention about the culture too. And if you start have this kind of communication for with native, is as Sarah said, we can ask or just know, because during a conversation, it's possible to know, even if you don't ask in a direct way, you know, it's like I express myself, you express yourself. Of course, we will know a little more about the culture of the country. It's amazing. I think we can be better people learning a language because that, no, we know other cultures, we learn so much. It's not just speak a language, it's so much things more than that. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. And you, Atamis, what are your thoughts on that?
I go with Chris. I think it's impossible. Everyone said this, but I think it's impossible you learn a language. Of course, English, like 59 countries, almost 60 countries speak, like have the English as official language. But and more people is wider world talking in English. But like it's like I people say I speak British English. I don't. I speak Brazilian English with some British like things, but not really. And I think it's kind of impossible. It's the two things are associating. The first thing was shocked me about English is the to be verb, the first verb everyone learned, because there's no separation and between to be now and to be forever. They don't think like that, like us. Like if I say to you, are you so pretty? You say, you can assume you are pretty every day, and that's your natural beauty, or you are pretty just today. I have to add something else. And they don't think like us. And we in Portuguese, we have the to be verb means two things different, and it's very clear. So for me, it was really hard to understand why I am saying, because sometimes I am beautiful, because I did makeup or because I had a sleep beauty. But sometimes, sorry, my dog. Sometimes the person just say, I am beautiful every day. How can I know? I don't. So that's interesting about how the head, the brain of other language works and the culture works.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Artemis. I just remember I saw a video maybe last month that the person was talking that just like Chris was saying, language is expression, and this kind of sculpture our thoughts, our mindset. And she was saying the English, the natives, the talk people that talk in English, every phrase needs a subjection, right? Sujeito. Then they are focused on the person who did the action, while maybe she was comparing with Spanish, and she was saying, oh, maybe while the English speakers would say, he broke the vase, the Spanish speakers would say, oh, the vase break. It's the more important is what happens, the action, not the subjection. And you start to think different. It's a different mindset. And it's the you can have an immersion on all the cultural aspects as well, because yeah, you will talk about the things that happen in that place, maybe. And that's it. So it's the sixth question, right? Elizabeth, could you read for us and answer it?
So, have you ever experienced reverse culture shock? So, what's reverse? I don't understand.
When you go to a place, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. So it was just like Chris was saying. Sometimes she missed Argentina. She went to Argentina, she missed Brazil. And now she come back, she missed Argentina, where she was living for a while, you know? Did you have experience? You that traveled so much here in Brazil?
So I don't remember a situation that is in the question. So if anyone could answer it.
We can skip to the eighth question, Ana Laura.
Okay, so
I
let's
like
move
this
on.
question because I think we don't have time to answer all, but I like these questions. Which kind of traveler are you? The one who tries everything new or the one who is afraid of the unknown? Chris, what kind of traveler are you?
No, I really like to discover new things, but I'm a little afraid. But the wish to know it's stronger, so I like to know new things. But in the same time, I like to go to do the traditional things. You know, for example, if I go to Paris, of course, I want to visit the Louvre and the tower and this kind of things, and do some things different, like to know about restaurants that just the French people goes, to stay a little away from the tourists. So I'm the both, I think. I like the traditional and the new things. Yeah.
I don't know. We start to talking up with the other people at them. Could you lead?
It's up to you.
Oh my God. We have a few minutes. Maybe we could ask for Sarah, Elizabeth, and I don't remember who said it was the first time. Sarah.
I think.
Hannah. Yeah. Hannah, how did it go in the room? Did you like it? How was your experience?
Well, thank you, Márcio. Thank you, Gustavo. Thank you, Emanuele. It's a wonderful experience for me. Talk with you guys. It's wonderful.
That's great. I'm glad that you like it, and I hope to see you soon here.
Okay, thank you for inviting me again.
You're welcome. So, Elizabeth, what did you think? Did you like it here? Your first experience on Tinti?
So I love it. I start to understand more about day-to-day conversations and words. I remember everything and the organization of the phrase, and that's start to consolidate more in my mind. So thank you all for the experience.
Oh, that's great. I'm glad that you like it as well. And you, Sarah, please share with us.
So I really appreciate because the environment is comfortable. At least for me, I was like, I knew you for some time, so it's really great. I appreciate everything. And I hope to see you again. Thank you very much.
That's great. That's great. I don't know, we finish here or?
I want to ask people on the who were in the small rooms. Can you answer the 8th question first? What kind of traveler you are?
And sorry, what question?
The number 8. Which kind of traveler are you? The one who tries everything new or the one who is afraid of the unknown?
I said before in the small room, I'm a fearful guy, so I don't know, but that's why I don't travel a lot, but I want to change my way. So I want to travel, I want to walk alone, but now I'm a fearful guy, for sure.
So you don't even try to travel. Okay, you're afraid of the unknown. Yeah. Jaini, and you like try new food, new places, or you just go to the place you know?
No, I always go to the same place because I have the fear of I don't know, like I have a fear to regret when I go to a new place and I don't know what to expect. I don't know.
I understand you. I am the opposite. I hate travel with a schedule. The thing is, I want about travel is like the place to stay, like a nice hotel, money, and how to come back to work, to home. Everything else, it's unknown. Sometimes I regret, yeah, many times. many times, but the experience for me is more important than have everything. So sometimes I eat bad food, sometimes I go to dangerous places because I don't know, but anyway, I try. I can't say I don't try. Rosane, and you?
Okay, let me remind the question just, okay. I'm always afraid of the unknown. So I have never been abroad, so I think that says a lot. And I try to experience different things, but it's really difficult for me So, I mean, I plan on, you know, getting to know different things in different situations, but still it's really difficult for me to get out of my comfort zone, you know. So I'm this kind of person.
Great. We don't have much time, but I want to invite you guys, just only the women, to go to my new meeting tomorrow. It's just for women. It's a talk for women. And we are talking about, bye Jefferson, not you, you're not invited. I'm gonna try a new, how can I say, a new way to do it. There are questions, but it's not about answering questions. It's about talking more freely and talk about our women view about the world. Okay, so tomorrow 5 p.m. is the first one. I hope you guys will be there. Okay, the guys, I say the women. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ana Laura.
Thank you, guys.
For helping. We were amazing. Bye bye. See you soon.
Thank you. Bye bye.